had it look bad. I ain't gon' cap. I was cutting grass and I was selling grass. And I was rapping and I was stacking, packing, flashing. I was a fashionist and I was trapping. Brick City, licking hoes private. Only the family. The name's Chad, but it's OG King Cheese. I stick up my stamina. My niggas is still in the slammer. I can't even look at the calendar. I told my young niggas to handle up. Tell Shawty I don't do cameras, bruh. When we gon' get some bucks together. No, you ain't gon' be on forever. High school, I was a beast with at least them permanent gold teeth. Young nigga been eating. Better ask Stack, ask Weenie. 17s and a Caprice. Pulling up Vaseline. The shit they on in these streets. I was on that shit 15ish. We was posted with demons, the seniors that never see us. You was picking up your tux and shit. I probably fucked your bitch. No sleep for the weekends. The whites was alright with me. Only color I see is green or red, cause my heart been bleeding.
This here is Camp 8. In the state of Mississippi, we don't have no fences.
Yeah, well.
Welcome to another collective conversation. I have two very special guests this evening. Normally, y'all are used to me and my brother, Mr. David. How you doing, sir?
How you doing?
Mr. David and Boyd is here, but today, I couldn't be a more proud citizen in America to introduce to y'all Miss Keidra Shanklin, ladies and gentlemen. How are you, sweetheart?
Hey, well.
Hello, Queen. So this evening, we've got a few things to talk about. I want to call this episode Pay Me. Pay Me. I left out the F-U on purpose because this show is about love. So I think that this is an episode that will reveal different angles of how I see the climate of expectations in relationships. So we're talking about, when I say pay me, I'm not really saying that somebody should pay to play when it comes to relationships, but there is a thing called equally yoked. We'll get into that later on. But today I want to say thank y'all for showing up. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all chose to be right here with your boy So Low. If y'all want to catch one of the shows or subscribe to me, you can catch me on YouTube at The Jermaine Hall Show. Also, I'm on the Lions Pride Network. That is on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire Stick. It is also The Jermaine Hall Show. Catch me anywhere. How y'all feeling this evening?
I'm great.
Yeah, how about you, David?
Awesome.
You like you feeling better than me?
Awesome.
Hello.
I just want to qualify what you said earlier.
Talk to me.
This isn't a love show. It's a show about love.
About it. Hello.
So I want y'all to know the difference. This is a show. We're going to talk about things that involve love, but this is not a love show. If you're expecting heart emojis and, and hot cocoa.
We're not going to coddle you this evening.
There will be no coddle.
We're going to have real grown adult conversation, and we're going to get to some issues that I deem necessary to talk about. I don't like skipping over. I'm trying to bridge the gap in communication and relationships. There's a big gap in between effective communication and then what you feel like is communication.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to get it confused this evening. This is not about you personally. This is about the climate of the society we live in. I just want us all to be great. So we're going to get into this thing. Y'all ready?
Let's go.
I hope you got your drinks. I hope y'all got your smoke if you smoke it. You know what I'm saying? But kick your feet up. We about to have a good time. What are some expectations? I'm going to ask y'all some questions this evening. Y'all give me the angles that y'all see. We're going to start on the end and move our way back this way, just so we have some kind of structure.
Nah, I would be
Y'all
remiss
cool
if I didn't say ladies first.
Be remiss if you want to. Because what we said is we ain't coddling nobody. That's the order she chose to sit in. She had a right. But she also didn't know I was going to start.
I was going to say, I don't think I knew. But
I can't fault you for what you didn't
that's
know.
all good.
Hey, listen, what we say before, just because you don't know the law,
Don't
mean
you are
you're
not
subjected to the consequences. So, hello, we moving forward.
Carry on.
We're going to have some fun this
Hello.
evening, man. I'm glad y'all here, man. I really do appreciate y'all for showing up 100%. That's a genuine love that I'll never forget. You know what I'm saying? So, what are some expectations that you have in place before someone qualifies to be in a relationship with you?
Some of the expectations I have are just at ground zero, just know how to communicate, know how to talk to me, know how to listen to me. You know when to say certain things, know when not to say certain things. This is, matter of fact, this is something that me and her had actually discussed before on a question that she had. Know when to speak up, know when to shut up.
Mm.
And that's not any particular type of way that a man should speak to a woman or a woman should speak to a man, but sometimes there are some things that need to be said and sometimes there are things that do not need to be said. You know, to me, it's knowing that subtle difference is, that just plays a major part in a relationship. If you can do those two things, man, you shouldn't have any problems. Shouldn't.
I'm glad you said all of that, because I call that type of woman that I'm looking for 2-word phrase. But go ahead, I'll get to that. What is a few things, or maybe just one, that you absolutely know that you expect from a person when engaging them for a relationship?
Spiritually grounded. Have to have some type of spiritual foundation.
Some type of? Because
Well,
they don't all match up now.
Let me take that back. For me personally,
Mhm.
I'm not going to say that I accept anyone who, my faith, I believe in God.
Mhm.
So you better know that Bible, and you better live by the Bible.
Mhm.
Or at least strive. I won't say better, but you better at least strive to live by the Bible and let the Bible be your foundation as to how you govern your life. And then having some sort of understanding of what love means. And when I say what love means, I'm not talking about love in the aspect of being in a relationship, love in the aspect of just like you would do anything for your child or for your mother because you love them. If we get to a point in a relationship, even if we're just in a friendship, because I have friends that I love to death, I'm going to do anything for them just like I would do for my family. So you having an understanding that love is not necessarily conditional, but love is based upon, regardless of what happens between us, I still got love for you. Like having that understanding, because I don't think a lot of people have that understanding or even know the difference between being in love and truly loving somebody. I can love you, but I don't have to be in love with you, which means even if you've hurt me, I'm still going to look out for you to make sure that no harm, danger come upon you, or I don't wish you no bad. So having that mentality and that understanding in life is something that I require.
That's beautiful. I love it. Me, myself, I need that phrase I was telling you about. I need a quiet storm. I don't need you to be loud. I need you to give me action. And I needed it to be forceful, and I need it to be felt. I don't care what you say to me. I'm great with words. But if I don't follow it with action, what am I even showing you or telling you? You know, I can tell you I love you every day, but if all I do by action is disrespect you, do I really love you? You see what I'm saying? So I call it a quiet storm. Less talk, more action. You know, and I need it to be very forceful, like the most fierce storm you ever thought about. I want to be loved that strong. So that's why I say my expectation is a quiet storm. But, well, I will use however, comma. Because I live by everything after but is BS. Normally. So I'll say however, comma. I don't expect you to love me when I meet you. I don't.
That's fact.
Here's the reason. It is idiotic of me to think that I'm even your type as a human being, as a spirit, as a, however I was structured to live my life, whatever experience that I don't even know that you can handle my past. Which is what shapes how I think and how I navigate this world. You know, I don't even know that you can handle that, or vice versa. So I'm not expecting going in the highest level of standards, but I am expecting you to be attentive while we're getting to know each other. I think attentiveness, attention to detail is important to me. If I say, I don't drink lemonade. And the first thing you pour me when you invite me to your crib is lemonade with a whole lot of ice and everybody drinking lemonade, and I'm sitting back like, I took you on an extravagant date and told you I don't drink lemonade. First thing that goes up, red flag. You don't listen. Or you don't care.
I was ready to say, I was waiting for you to say that.
Or you don't
Or you
care.
don't care.
So, either side of the coin isn't for me. You know what I'm saying? I like a person that pays attention to detail more than anything. And if we advance, I want that quiet storm. I don't need you yapping and chewing my eyelids off. I can hear you from here. Speak your mind, and I'll respond accordingly, if I even need to respond. Sometimes when a woman talks to you, it's not to get a response, it's for changed behavior. You see what I'm saying? So I don't need to open my mouth for that.
And that's an important aspect as well, in and of itself, someone who is an effective listener. Not
Right.
only being effective in the way that you communicate, but can you effectively listen, not listening to wait to give a response, but actually listening to what the individual is saying and what they're trying to tell you, to where you can process it and then figure out, okay, how can I respond, maybe not by words, by actions to what they're saying, especially for a woman. So a woman is telling you, I've been in a situation before where I've said, baby.
Did you bite your lip like that?
I probably did.
Did you bite your
Because
He
I
heard-
have to, me, the way that
I know he heard you if you bit your lip like that.
as I've grown in maturity, as I've grown, I've learned you have to watch how you say stuff, because the way that you say something, it comes across differently. So I will pause and sometimes bite my lip. Okay, don't say it with an attitude, even though I might have an attitude. Don't say it with an attitude. But I have said, baby, I'm not smiling. I've always said with anyone that I've dated, when I stop smiling, there's a problem.
That's a lie.
No, it's not.
That is a lie.
No, when I truly tell you,
You don't have to stop
no,
smiling to have a
no.
problem.
Because I'm a pretty positive person, happy person. It's not too many
you
times
are.
that I'm
I
going
know
to
who
be
you are. What
right.
I'm saying is, you can be content with his actions and still be happy without a smile. We just sitting here watching TV.
The way that me and
Nothing to smile
no,
about.
I'm saying, so the way that me and the person I was in a relationship with, he knew what I meant when I say, because I'll have this conversation in the beginning before I start with somebody, like, if I stop smiling, there's a problem. When I say it, that means something's wrong, something's not right with the relationship. So I'm telling you, I'm not smiling because you don't spend enough time with me. Like, I'll start out and say, the reason why I'm not smiling is because you're not spending enough time with me.
No, it's because you biting your lip.
No.
In business communication.
But what I'm saying is
He got
that,
something
so
to
when
say
I
after.
when I say that,
Mm.
if he responds with, "Oh, you tripping," then I'm like, okay, I take it as you don't really care, or you're not really listening to me actually speak to you and say, I'm not smiling because you're not doing X, Y, Z.
Quick question,
So
have you
if-
ever overreacted?
Yes.
So we're going to take that into account. Not to rebut anything you said. We're going
In that
I'm only saying
situation-
that for the people. This is not directly for you and your situation.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying that sometimes we overreact. We're human.
Mhm.
We don't have a button for emotions.
Mhm.
I wish I did. I turn off so much shit. But sometimes we overreact and we communicate, or I have a habit of over communicating. You see what I'm saying? What were you gonna say, sir?
I was going to just touch on some things you were saying. In business communications class I used to teach, we used to call it active listening.
Mm-hmm.
It is the idea that not only you are paying attention, but you are also reciprocating what has been said to get a general knowledge of what's being said, and also to show that you have an understanding.
You start
of what's
the
being
answer
said.
with the question.
You start the answer with the question, or you restate what the initial problem is, and then you go into your answer, or what
Right.
you anticipate the answer being. so many times I have been in that argument to where you're saying something and they're saying the same exact thing, and you're saying it two different ways, and you're saying it to where you're both butting heads. There should be no butting heads on something that is being said or generally being
And a
the
third
same.
party walk up and be like, y'all saying the same thing. What's the issue here?
Or even when
The issue is both of them want to be so right that they're not willing to accept any other part
put
of
that
it.
in the parking lot, because we're gonna come right back to that.
Hello. So we're gonna move forward. I understand that everyone has different needs and wants, right, when entering a relationship. But how do you feel about someone asking you for something they're not willing to fulfill in the relationship themselves?
Well, you have to look at it two different ways. Are they not willing to fulfill those things themselves because A, they don't know how, or B, they're just not willing to? How many times have you been in a relationship to where somebody is just unwilling to move on some idea or precipice because of some moral standard that they have? And where does that moral standard come from? Has it came from understanding of something that has happened to them in the past, where, hey, this is going to govern how I act in the future? Or is it just I don't know how to act in this, so I ain't gonna do shit.
I ain't even investing in it because it's making me uncomfortable.
Yeah, don't ask me to do that because you're not willing to do that yourself. Okay, what about if I am willing to do it myself? Are you going to reciprocate?
So, you man,
I like.
I know you like what he said, but I brought you here to open your mouth.
So
give me your thoughts.
No, I'm not going to reciprocate. If you cannot.
Whoa,
I'm sorry. Say the question again.
I want to slow it down because I don't want you to jump out the window.
Okay.
I respect you and I care about you, so I want you to understand what I'm asking.
I understand.
I know you understand. Wait, I'm not insulting your intelligence. Wait, oh no, that ain't what I meant.
No, I get you. Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, let's just say I feel like in a relationship, the woman's supposed to cook and clean.
We ain't gonna work.
You're sick.
You should be cooking and cleaning.
I still feel like the woman
Absolutely
cook and
not.
clean.
No. Again,
I'm asking you, can you deal with that?
No, that is not something that I will accept. If you're not willing, like he said, it's a difference in being willing to do it and not knowing how to do it. So if you don't know how to go out and, I'm not trying to call a man out, but if a man doesn't know how to go out and change my oil, the least you're gonna do if I'm sick or I'm busy and I can't do it myself, take my car to the oil.
Physically change it?
Yeah, physically.
Yeah, but it's more than one way to change the oil.
Okay, let's scratch that idea. Okay,
No,
like
no,
you
we
said,
don't have to scratch it. What I'm saying is, what if he ain't even willing to take it to get it paid for?
then I'm not accepting that as a female.
You saying you ain't even picking to do that?
No, because you're not even
those
putting
behaviors.
effort towards it. So the same thing is like.
I'm so glad this is happening right now. You don't know why.
So yeah, like I'm the type where if I don't know how to do it, if you at least give me the instructions, I'm gonna try.
So you wouldn't just give them the money to tell them to take your car?
If I normally go and take my car to get the oil change, and for whatever reason, if I'm laid up sick and I can't, I'm not even asking you to pay for it, because if I normally pay for it myself, it's not a problem for me to give you the card and say, go, baby, just take the car. It needs the oil change. I don't feel like it. Yeah, I'm trying to go, man, I gotta go holler at my boy.
He don't care nothing about you.
No, that's what I'm saying. So it's still the difference of, are you willing to do something for someone that's not willing to do the same for you? I would definitely go if he said I was in a car accident or, I'm laying up sick.
What if he just don't feel like it?
If he asked me to do it because he just don't feel like it, I probably wouldn't.
You wouldn't? Why?
Baby,
this is a love interest.
No, so
this is a love
levels.
interest.
Here's the levels.
They're always levels. Yes. Always levels. But you're already there. Why would you even be talking about get
Okay.
my oil changed if we ain't established some type of rapport.
Gotcha. Because
You know why I said that?
I cannot support somebody who's lazy.
You know why I
it's
said
a difference in when you can't do it, or maybe you tired. Baby, I know you've been working for 12 hours. I know you tired because you done did 3 days back to back, 12 hours. Don't even worry about it, baby. I'll take it. I'll go get your oil changed in your truck. No problem.
You know why I said that? Because I've been accused of not caring when I got a whole house to maintain, and I don't. I just met you a couple months ago. I'm still getting to know you.
I was gonna ask that.
Why would I even? Yeah, I took you out on some nice dinners. Yeah, we had long conversations at night. We may have even already been physical. Why do you think I need to pay for your oil change already?
See,
Why do you think I owe you some cash for your phone bill that I ain't got no control over?
so time changes all things. In
Yes.
time makes things relevant in this conversation. A month into a quote unquote situationship or relationship, if we went out on a couple of dates and you say, "Oh yeah, by the way, I need you to take my car to get the oil change. I ain't have time for that."
Right. Same.
Versus 2 years from now.
I know what you need, but why
Versus
does
2
that
years from
include
now,
me?
baby, I didn't get a chance to go change my oil. Can you go do that for me?
That was a different way of asking it too.
That's-
Have you noticed
And-
the tone change?
And
Because
it's a different time frame too, as well. So-
Time and tone changed.
does that make it easier, or does it just make it more of a?
Comfortable. Does it make it
Does
more
it
comfortable?
make it a? Does it make it
Because-
more of a requirement later on?
Not for me. I don't owe
That's
you
different.
nothing.
Those are those outside factors.
My
that
point
play a
is,
part into
it can be I know you forever, but I'm not required to do anything that this relationship has not solidified. Let's be clear about the parameters of this relationship. I'm not married to you, nor engaged. Simple. I expect you to be the single woman you are. Will I help you? Absolutely.
They willingly help.
But you would not demand it.
Right.
So let's get to that spiritual thing. You know, what about when the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
What about when I'm willing to do things, but there are certain times where I just cannot? Do you hold that against me?
No,
Mm-mm.
I don't.
You shouldn't.
But society
But it does. The society, does. Because if
Society does.
if
I
you can make a
want
way,
to.
you should.
Right.
I want to.
That's what
But
society
it's gonna
says.
put me in the hole.
That's where wisdom comes in, though.
Do I put
You
me
should-
in the hole
no,
to help you
No.
and
Wisdom
possibly
says
lose you?
But that's what
No.
unconditional love does, though, right?
yes and no.
See, now the answer
that-
changes. The answer
Okay.
changes when we're talking about.
It does fluctuate.
Because unconditional love, yeah, I'm gonna do it even if it's gonna put me in a tight spot. But wisdom say, don't sacrifice your rent payment or mortgage payment just to go try and get.
Hold on, the
Big
roof of my
carpets.
head ain't
That's what I'm
getting
saying.
compromised.
But people do that.
But people
I'm gonna take
compromise
her
their
on an
phone bill.
expensive date just to impress her and let her know that I'm here for her, and baby, I'm gonna take care of you when
That's
you
lack
know
of
that
maturity.
it's wisdom and maturity.
No, I'm
at
saying
the
there's,
same time.
there's no wisdom there if you're doing that.
It happens.
You don't have wisdom
It
if you're
happens.
doing that.
It happens.
I have never, maybe I didn't care enough. Maybe I just didn't care enough. Maybe I have not maybe. I haven't had the trouble of girl problems my entire life.
Mhm.
I don't know what it feels like for a guy to say, I don't know how to do that. I do know what it feels like to say, I can't ball like him. I ain't never went to college and played ball.
You can say no easily.
I don't have a problem saying fuck no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Also,
But there's
there
some
are
men who
people
have.
that don't have the no button. There are also guys that lack the knowledge of when to say when.
Right.
You know how they say pour your own poison or say when? They'll let the cup overflow
When it's
because they're
stop.
trying to appease the other party.
So
That's
what's
what
the
I'm
what's the
saying.
difference in the man that says, you know what, I don't know how to do this, but I'm gonna try, versus the man that says, I don't know how to do this, so I'm not even going to attempt it?
That's laziness.
Is it
Ooh,
laziness?
no, it's not.
Is it really?
They both don't know how to do it. Listen to the question again.
Because somebody
Wait, stop. Ask the question again.
What is the difference between a man that says, I don't know how to do this, but I'm willing to try, and the man that says, I don't know how to do this,
face first,
Mm-hmm.
trying.
And the man that says,
I don't know how to do this, so I'm not even going to attempt it. I'm a big fan, and if you listen to Jay-Z, you also know that he is a big fan of.
Both of them don't know how to do it.
but one is willing to try and the other's not even willing
So
to.
you're-
But trying and fail are two things that I hate.
Mm.
When a woman sees a man fall and fail, what is the difference between, oh man, that dude, man, he ain't shit. He didn't fail. He can't even do that. Versus the man that didn't attempt it and says, I ain't even gonna get dirty.
I think it comes to the woman. I think it comes down to the woman. Because me as a woman, if I see you put your all into it and you fail, baby, that's all right. Pick yourself back up. We're gonna try something different. I'm gonna see the fact that you actually put the work and the effort in to try, versus the one that said, I ain't gonna do it.
So
some women don't like failure though.
Yeah, I'll give you for effort. I'm gonna motivate you. All right, that didn't work out. All right, let's try something else. Versus the one that just sit back and be like, I ain't even gonna try. You ain't even gonna attempt. So that shows me you really
So
don't
you're
See,
care.
there's a difference between the woman that gives an E for effort and an F for failure.
Right.
Yes.
So
that's
if
true.
he won't make you a necessary risk, you're not willing to let him in the door.
I think
Because to him, it could be an unnecessary risk.
it depends on the situation.
Does, definitely. But what it sounds like to me is you're saying, boy, you ain't even going to try then. Why would I?
Depending on the situation, yes. If you're not even going, because that's my.
I'm glad-
I will say because that's my mentality. My mentality is
no,
that
nothing wrong with what you're saying.
So
I'm not rebutting
It's a lot
what
of
you're
things I don't know how to do, but I'll try. I'll put my effort into it. If it don't work out, no. But at least I tried. Because you never know until you try. Like I tell my children that all the time. You never know how good you might be at something until you try. You might be great at it. It might be something you can catch on
You
to
got
real
kids
quick.
looking like that?
I do. Anyhow. But if you at least put your effort into it, how do you know whether or not you can be great at it or not? It could be something you could do 10 times better than the next person, but you ain't gonna never know unless you try.
So you with the guy that will dive in head first, bust his ass, look crazy.
Yeah, but like, don't spend all of your money in the bank though.
Women
like,
do love a guy that make a fool of themselves for.
I won't say make a fool, but
No. And
again,
I mean make a fool of themselves
effort.
in a tasteful way. Like singing in the middle of the mall, he love you.
I would.
When you know it ain't even love, it's just I'm willing to look like a fool to be with you.
I'll give him the effort if I know he love me. He really can't sing. I'm like, oh, he ain't caring. No. But he's saying that just for me because
My favorite phrase. Fool quit. Fool quit. And I say that for that reason because a woman will love a man who makes a fool of himself until that woman realizes that man is making a fool of himself and her.
Ooh, talk to me nice this evening, David.
I cannot agree
David
with that,
showed up
David.
this
I
evening.
can't. I
He
cannot
showed
agree
up.
with that.